Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. I have a reading today for Divine Feminine, and I've been sitting with her for a little bit, trying to figure out what it is that she's trying to say. And I've also been sitting here sending some Reiki to this reading. So if you don't know me, I do Holy Fire Reiki, and I've been sending it to this reading. If you receive nothing else from watching this video, at least open yourself up to receive the Reiki healing. All you have to do is set the intention that you're willing to receive. I have my radio station on, and they told me to put on YouTube. So, and it's obviously very emotional. She's working to connect with a part of herself that she has been a little disassociated with for a while now. And what I'm hearing with this card here, this card is from the Oracle of the Seven Energies deck, in case you're interested. It feels to me like that's kind of the message too. Like she has disassociated from the way that she connects with spirit or source. And just as an example, if you as a divine feminine, or the divine feminine you're watching this for, if it's a cross watcher or whatever, connect with spirit through cards, it's almost as if she has been struggling to connect with the cards again. That you maybe have separated from the gift of reading cards because of some sort of disassociation that you have going on. And I pulled some other cards to go along with this to just kind of explain it, and it makes a lot of sense why that is. During this Mercury retrograde, it feels like she really has been given the opportunity to look back and notice certain patterns about herself that put her into survival mode. And that survival mode, that fight or flight response, has been sustained for quite a while, and it causes this disassociation, this separation from her heart, from her intuition, from her feelings, from her body. And at this stage right now, as we're coming up to the end of Mercury retrograde, in just a couple of days actually, we do have the retro shade period afterwards, but it really feels like there's this momentum now of build up and release. We just had the new moon yesterday too as well, and there has been this release of resisting her ability to manifest, resisting her abilities. That's what I'm hearing. Resisting her own gifts. And part of this is connected to relationship patterns, the way that she connects with the divine masculine energy in her life, from within her and externally if it's a person. But not just that, but any relationships in her life. So it doesn't have to just be romantic relationships. If you associate divine masculine, divine feminine in a romantic kind of way, that's one way to look at it. But relationships with family members, parents, siblings, friends, whatever it is, those relationships carry an element or carry an aspect of divine masculine energy within the relationship itself that she kind of has struggled to really connect with. So even if this is not just about a romantic relationship, this can be about all relationships in your life. When she goes into survival mode, she shuts down and blocks divine masculine energy for fear of toxic masculine energy. She's in the process right now. Mercury retrograde has given her the opportunity to see where those patterns come from. Why is that? Why do I protect myself? Why do I protect myself from all masculine energy and not just, what I can tell is toxic masculine energy? It's like it's all lumped together in one. She's got the divine masculines all lumped together in one. the good ones, the bad ones, not good or bad, obviously, you know that, but the distorted ones, the ones that carry signature traumatic elements to it, and ones that are just there purely to love you or to want what's best for you, or are there to mirror the really beautiful aspects of masculine energy. She's in the process of surrendering, really surrendering right now. And I can almost feel in my body this release of tension in the muscles, and I'm hearing a somatic experience, a physical body experience in order to help that release. So if you've been considering something physical in your healing repertoire, like acupuncture or massage or TRE. If you don't know about that, you can always email me and I'll give you more information. I also have videos on here about TRE. Or even just exercise or like Tai Chi, or using the physical aspect of healing and mind, body, and spirit balance in order to help release the fight or flight response. For some of you, I'm hearing adrenal fatigue, that she's working right now to release this tight hold that her body has on her well-being. And it's like she's really uptight, really worried, really full of stress, worried about where I'm hearing like the next meal is coming from. And for some of you, that's a reference, like Mercury Retrograde is helping to reference that from your childhood. It's like you don't necessarily have to worry about that next meal, where the next meal is coming from right now. But there's this experience inside of your body that's programmed in there that really is standing firm, that you need to always worry about where your next meal comes from, because that experience was so potent in your childhood. Having to worry, what I'm getting is having to worry for your parents, like your parents had like this, they were emotionally unavailable or emotionally immature, and so you had to grow up a little bit as a child and needed to worry for your parents and take responsibility for certain things, like I physically had to pay the bills, or I had to go grocery shopping for my mom because she always forgot, or something like that. It's the source of survival mode for her is really what she's facing right now, and learning to release. There's this energy of activation within this card itself that I can feel just kind of like pulsing your way right now. So even if you just look at the card and tune into the softness of it, like I feel this is very soft. This is even just the dandelions, it's almost like I can feel the physical softness of this card and those flowers, but the energy is very, very soft. Tune into that and allow yourself to receive that softness right now. It's almost like this is an activation for you. Go ahead and just like really feel it. Just let yourself feel it. Don't think about it. Don't overthink it. Like, how the hell could I receive a softness from, a video? You're supposed to be telling me, logical facts and stuff like that. But just tune into the softness of it. This is feminine energy. The feminine is tuning into the feminine in order to help her feel safe with the masculine, to surrender and to open herself up and receive. And just listening to the song real quick. With or without you. I can't live with or without you. So again, what they're showing me is Mercury Retrograde has been slowly, whether you realize it or not, in a roundabout way, taking you back to your inner child, has been taking you back to the source of when the masculine left, whether that's your dad or your brother or, just any masculine energy in your life was just all of a sudden non-existent. And it caused this feeling of I'm not feeling safe. So it's like this sustained, perpetuated survival mode For some of you, it's when your parents got divorced. I can see it very clearly. It's like right when your dad left, just all of a sudden, everyone in your family, everyone in your life was in survival mode, especially your mom, or the opposite way around. If it was your mom that left, that your dad went into survival mode, whatever it is. For somebody, I'm seeing like a fire, like your house caught fire and lost everything. And that's a very specific example, but it's kind of moments like that. I mean, and I'm hearing 6 years old. It's ingrained inside of you that when you have an experience like that, it changes you. It puts your nervous system into a state of survival mode. And anytime there is any sort of threat to you losing, maybe even just like an object or something, it could trigger that experience inside of you that says, I need to hold on to everything that I possibly can right now, because I never know when I'm going to need this extra shirt, or even though it doesn't really fit me anymore, if my house were to burn down, then at least it would be covering me. And so you kind of hold, it's like a hoarding kind of energy, right? That's a very specific circumstance, but it's an example of, this is showing me codependency, where the codependency comes from. There is an event from your childhood, divine feminine, that it's like this masculine represents safety and stability and sacred container and space and groundedness and empowered power, but safety more than anything I'm feeling right now. So there was an event that happened with your family, it looks like, that is replaying and replaying and replaying and replaying and replaying. And it shows up in all of your relationships. It shows up in your relationship with money, shows up in your romantic relationships. There is always a little bit of this barrier of survival mode, just in case they leave or just in case something happens. Never fully really opening yourself up in a vulnerable way. Never fully sharing your life, being able to share your home or share your belongings or something like that. It's almost, I really feel this like hoarding mentality for some of you. But the source of that codependency is being shown right now. And you're being asked to really look at that and just open yourself up to seeing where that comes from, recognizing it, seeing where that gets triggered inside of your body, connecting with helping to release, like different techniques and modalities that you can use to help release that from your physical body. Because sometimes it's a subconscious response. You just go into this survival mode and you don't even recognize that you're there until you're thinking and overthinking and unable to make a decision, and your ADD is off the charts because and you just can't make decisions, and you can't get a flow of money coming in and stuff like that. It's because this trauma from your childhood has been triggered and you don't even realize that has happened. It's happened subconsciously. And you're trying to figure out how to survive and how to draw in your next person or draw in your next client or whatever it is. The source of that is being revealed to you right now, okay? It's like sometimes your family or your people, there are people in your life who every time you interact with them, they are triggering this response in you. So there's something in you that wants to connect with them and attach to them, whether you realize it or not. There's something from inside of you that wants to connect with them, but it's because it's your inner child wanting to connect with the life that she's always known, the masculine that she's always known, which is a little bit distorted sometimes. And so there are people in your life who are always going to reflect that codependent attachment inside of you. But you're moving, like this phase in your life is moving from connecting to connecting to someone else codependently, learning the difference between attaching to someone else and sharing yourself with someone else, allowing yourself to be vulnerable and be open without it coming from a place of need. I can't live with or without you. It's like you're moving from this element of depending on someone else for I'm just hearing answers, and allowing yourself to open up to a state of like really, really, really choosing those people that you share yourself with. I'm just listening to the song that's on. She's moving from witnessing codependent patterns. There is someone in your life that you are in the process, someone from your past, that you're in the process of releasing on a whole different level. That you're recognizing that the relationship was very codependent and made you feel safe but unsafe at the same time. Like, it feels to me like you're looking at it as if this was my safe space, and I just need to get back to that again. But there was an element of that you haven't been totally truthful with yourself about. There was a trauma bond that was there with you that made you feel unsafe also, and it fed both ways. So they were trauma bonded to you and codependent on you. There's that part of you that's in survival mode yearns for that because that's what you know. But it's triggering in itself. It feels like that relationship, that connection is always going to be triggering. It's always going to mirror that codependent relationship because that's the basis of it. That's what it was based on. So for some of you, that's your mother. That's what I'm hearing very strongly. Some of you, that's your mother. Some of you, that's a past love. But once you recognize that every single time I connect with this person, no matter how much time has gone by, no matter how much I remember all the really beautiful things about our relationship, every time I connect with them again, it's like I'm taken right back again and triggered again. And the trigger is not necessarily a bad thing. There is something that you need to see within yourself. But when it's based on this trauma bond, that relationship may not manifest into anything more than just a lesson. Moving from the awareness of that into consciously creating and consciously manifesting, Divine Feminine is calling in this very stable, very secure way of thinking, way of being, much more grounded, level-headed energy from within herself and also on the outside too. This could be like a boss who is like a mentor. This really feels like a very mentorship. It can be romantic too. It could be that this is, an earth sign and he's got all of his shit together and he's so stable but willing and open to share his life or her life. It feels both. Like it's not a codependent thing. You don't need anything from them. They don't need anything from you other than this desire to share my knowledge, share my space, share my life, share. It feels like there is someone coming in who is going to help you to share yourself with the world, with other people, by just kind of existing in your life and exempling that to you. It may be that they're indirectly in your life where you come across this a guide or someone, like you find a channel on YouTube that is really inspirational, and this person is just like the next step in your journey, that next level of consciousness, and is such a peaceful guide towards, I keep hearing sharing, learning how to be vulnerable and sharing yourself and not shifting into survival mode, and it could be like there's this psychotherapist that has, I'm thinking of like the holistic psychologist on Instagram or whatever it is. It's like this mentorship. Now, it can be a relationship too, but it feels so much less like dependent, like I need this person and there's this magnetic connection, and there, sometimes that's how trauma bonds start, is you're just so drawn into each other. And this one feels way more, look at the difference in the energy between the Devil card and the King of Pentacles. That's like, this is coming from a place of, it's almost like I can see like an infection or something like that, like the heat of this pain from an experience or from whatever. It's like it gets inflamed, and you're going from the energy of these inflamed relationships to just soothing, just measured, logical, grounded. For some of you, this is a relationship with money. Like someone is here to help show you why your relationship with money is the way that it is. And it's connected to codependency. It's connected to everything that we're talking about. It's connected to that experience in your childhood. It's connected to lack. It's connected to a lot of things, but it's like this person has the key to really helping you manifest from a place of real vision and inspiration. And if you look at it's like this person is bringing the energy from this fiery, just inflamed, kind of needful, addictive way of being. Look at the difference in that orange compared to this just really soft kind of peach. It's a little bit more muted. It's much more calm, just standing here, just holding space, watching, waiting, being patient. It feels like this person is meant to help shift the energy from this to this. So, Divine Feminine, this is a big deal for you because recognizing your codependent patterns and the way that you keep yourself safe is really important to, I'm hearing, the health of the planet. Opening yourself up in a way that is soft, protective, by not overexerting, not being overly open. It's this balanced way of allowing and receiving and giving at the same time is really important to what's happening on the planet right now. Okay, so this is definitely like a light worker message to anybody that watches these. Most of the people on my channel are light workers and healers and guides, and some of you do that not in a way where you're reading cards on YouTube or even healing other people, but you do it just by your own presence and your own awareness of yourself and the healing that you do on yourself. It ripples out to everyone around you, no matter what it is that you do for a living or what you do every single day. The work that you do on yourself is massively important as a light worker to the vibration of the planet. So locating the source of your codependent patterns, it's located in your body. So learning how to tune into not figuring it out with your brain, but feeling it out with your body. Where is that? When did it occur? There's something inside of your body that's going to help to tell you that. It's like your kidneys are trying to tell you where the source of this is and why it gets triggered and when it gets triggered. And when it's triggered, what the indicator is, like how your body is trying to tell you that it is triggered so that you can use the techniques that you need to use in order to come down out of that and then, balance your nervous system. Your body is trying to tell you that. For some of you, it's your kidneys. For some of you, I'm hearing sacral chakra. For some of you, I'm hearing your knees. For some of you, your ears. I feel it on the right-hand side. For some of you, it's headaches, and it's like in the back of my head right now on the right-hand side. when you come into contact with masculine energy that feels very confident, maybe a little bit overbearing, but just super confident, you get triggered because that confidence to you comes off as forceful, and you go into this protection mode. Sometimes it's accurate, sometimes it's not accurate. But for some of you, the indicator of that is this like pain in your head. So you may not even recognize that something like that has happened. But if your head starts hurting in that kind of way, if this resonates with you in some way, that headache could be an indicator that your body is telling you it's been triggered. It's in fight or flight. It's in fight or flight right now. And there's no communicating. It's just like you're disassociated from your body. So it's an indicator to give you the step into your tools, whatever tools those are. Okay? Let me listen to the song. Sunday, Bloody Sunday is what I'm hearing. Sunday, Bloody Sunday. Sometimes for some of you, it's the sight of blood triggers a reaction, triggers fight or flight. And there's healing that needs to happen towards some kind of traumatic event. For some of you, it's Sunday, so maybe it's church. There's lots of different situations right now. I feel like there are a lot of different energies that have just almost like descended onto this reading here at the last minute. But if you need help finding the source of this, I am a seer. That's the point. That's my job. Give me a job. Book a private session with me, a one-on-one session, and I can help to try to locate where the source of this trigger is that sends you into this fight or flight, either inside of your body or in your life. I've been really called more and more lately to connect with the physical body. So if I need to help you find it in your body, it's like it's in your ankles for some reason, or I'm hearing someone's pancreas. We can help to get to it through the physical body. I've been really drawn to that a lot more lately in my healing sessions. So if you're interested in that, if that resonates with you, go to my website. It's all down in the box below. So for Divine Feminine, I hear this question right now, like, how does this connect to my Divine Masculine? Like my relationship with my Divine Masculine. So we're talking about the relationship with you and your Divine Masculine inside of you, the Divine Masculine that is you, but also the way that you relate to your Divine Masculine in the 3D as well. And for a lot of you, the way that you relate to him is bonded to this trauma. In the Name of Love is the song that's on right now. So you have love connected to trauma. The way that you experience it, you call in situations that's how you experience love was in a traumatic way. And so you will continue to do that. This is an opportunity for you to break that pattern and to consciously call in the energy of real, true love in a much more grounded way. Like, love is not meant to be tumultuous, but that's how you've always experienced it, so you call in these very dramatic situations. I can help you with that. So, April 4th, shot rings out in the Memphis sky. So we're talking about Martin Luther King here. Free at last. In the name of love. In the name of love. This is like really about bringing the planet into union. Really anchoring the Divine Feminine and helping give her the tools that she needs to feel safe, to open to new masculine energy in her life. No, it's like she doesn't have the resonance with this. A lot of Divine Feminines do not have the resonance with divine masculine energy. It's only toxic masculinity or distorted masculine energy. It's like all she knows. So this is an opportunity for the Divine Feminines to come together and to show each other how to extract that divine masculine energy from within. And then call that into your life in many different ways, through a job, calling in divine money. That's divine masculine, the kind that really sustains you, the kind that you don't fear, the kind that you welcome. Relationships, friendships, all of that is connected to that divine masculine energy within you that right now is connected to codependency. Okay, so let's help break the codependent ties and band together to do that. All right? All right, guys. This went on much longer than I thought that it was going to, as usual. But like I said, if you want some more help with this, go ahead and book a private session with me. All my information is down in the box below. I love you guys. Talk to you soon.